I'm Tim and I'm road tripping to Tunisia to run an ultra marathon in the desert. In this episode, I get the ferry from Palermo in Sicily.
My boat's called the GNV Spirit.
To Tunis in Tunisia. What would the facilities be like?
Bars, restaurants, cabins, lots of cabins, and swimming pool.
Would the view be any good? And how long would it take to get through customs on the other side?
All of it stressful. Okay, well, a little bit complex, but you have to go over there to the billettiera, the ticket office basically, and check in, but also there's some extra tax to pay, which I did kind of know about. So there we go. Everything we need. Now we've just got to go and find the gate. Now then, the nice lady said back to the roundabout, hook a left. There's cars queued up here for some reason. GNV, check in, there it is. Buongiorno.
No, per dove?
Tunis.
Ancora è vero, non c'è ancora nave, ancora no.
Non parlo italiano.
Ancora non c'è, presto, dopo. Go back, sì,
back.
Dopo, perché ancora non c'è neanche la nave, non c'è la nave ancora, non è arrivata. Vai indietro.
Grazie. I think what that means is that I'm way too early. It was unclear on my ticket whether I needed to be here 2 hours before or 4 hours before, or rather check-in closes 2 hours before or 4 hours before. So I'm now here 5 hours before, 7:30 a.m. Let's go and try and find a coffee.
2 hours later.
Buongiorno. Grazie. Done. 5 to 9, by the way. What a glorious day though. Customs check. My boat's called the GNV Spirit. 11 hours. Buongiorno. Right, passport, customs, all done, very painless. I think it's going to be a case of hurry up and wait now before we start boarding. It's still nearly 3.5 hours till this thing's set sail. Feels like a long time, but it does definitely seem like final check-in is probably 2 hours before. We're boarding. It feels like a bit of a free-for-all. I think people are racing to get on so they can be first off at the other end. Whereas I understand it, it's going to be another free-for-all. Ooh, we're going upstairs. Well, getting on first makes no difference. It is pure luck of the draw because I am basically right at the back here. I think there's one vehicle behind me. I might be the last person off this ferry. Some vehicles with some emissions problems in here, let me tell you. Stinks. And there's lots of people. It seems like they're moving home via this ferry. So many cars and stuff with kinds of stuff strapped to the top, like this one. Right, we've got 11 hours on here, so let's go see what it's like. So these are the cabins. Not really worth it on a day's journey, I don't think. I'm coming back overnight, so it's either a cabin or set yourself out on the floor like some people have already done back there. The cabins are quite expensive though. Look at the next video for that one. Or a few videos time, I should say. Just looking at all the things here, the standard stuff. Bars, restaurants, cabins, lots of cabins, and swimming pool. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh. That's not good. Lads on the beers behind me there. Just gone midday as well, so we're setting off early. Remarkable. Tuna tomato panini, soaking wet. Decent, just soggy. €10.40 for that and a coffee. So my crossing also comes with a reserved, like comfy seat, lounge chair or something. Feels like it's time for an afternoon nap, so let's go and find that now. Okay, well I looked out to the deck for a bit just to see some more of that amazing coastline, and we saw some dolphins. Yeah, that was literally as much as we saw of them. They were there and then they disappeared. There's also a restaurant on board and it looks pretty good. It's a bit spenny, but I might have to eat there later. Right then, let's go and try and find this chair. It is on deck 8, 7, 8. Lounge number 1, seat number 7. Let's see what we can find. Well, when I sat down in that chair, I did not expect to fall asleep. But I did. So I'm going to wake myself up with this coffee and muffin and just do a bit of work. Just taking a walk on the upper deck here, and I think we see land for the first time. And we're about 5.5 hours in at the moment, and just looking at the blue dot on the map, I'm sure we're further than halfway, so we might be in line for an early arrival. I'm not counting the chickens. Who knows what's going to happen at the other end, but we're in good shape. Smells like alcohol. Remember my plan to eat at the nice restaurant for dinner? Well, it's only open for lunch. So let's see what we can find.
Do you have pizza? Panini? Maybe you wait 10 minutes. Maybe I have. Okay. Try 10 minutes. Okay.
Tunisia. Not sure if you could hear that in there, but basically, it seems like they're basically sold out of food, give or take. Guy said maybe 10 minutes he'd be able to help me out with a pizza or a panini or something. Do you have pizza?
Pizza no finito.
No, panini?
Toast.
Toast, okay, toast. One maxi toast and a cappuccino, please.
Questo che non lo so, no. Leggerissimo.
Grazie.
Figurati, appena che è pronto.
Grazie. Travel is so good for teaching you patience. They said no pizza, they said no paninis, so I got the maxi toast, which is basically a cheese and ham toasted sandwich. $7.50, but it took forever. Honestly, it took forever. Enough time for them to make a whole tray of paninis that I could have had. But it looks decent, so I'm going to tuck in. Actually very decent. So we've docked at exactly 8:10 local time, which is exactly 9 hours journey time. We left 20 minutes early, so we're 2 hours, 20 minutes early at the moment. Let's see what time we actually get off the boat, through passport, through customs. We need to get insurance. And then it's about a 20-minute drive to my park up. 8:10 now. What time do we reckon we'll be parked up? I reckon at least 11 o'clock. Watch this space. Not sure where I'm parked. Could be here. Oh, should have been at the other end of the boat. Oh my God, so many people have left already. I was not expecting that. I literally only called people down 5 minutes ago. This deck's almost empty. Crazy. Right, now this is where the fun's really going to begin as we try and get everything sorted in Tunis. And that's it, in Tunisia. And this is officially my 69th country that I've ever been to. Wonderful. And it is just follow my leader through here. Follow the person in front and assume they know where they're going, because there ain't no signposts. Okay, first thing, passport control. I think it says control police. All a bit stressful. Passport control seemed very stressy. People just checking passport again, going through some kind of scanner here. Okay, we seem to be through police checks, customs, I think, because they checked all in the back of the van and stuff. They seem to ask the same question like 3 or 4 times, which is weird. Now we're headed to try and find insurance, but who knows where. All right, they parked me up here. Okay, here's a very friendly man, but he keeps speaking to me in French and I don't know enough French. I know d'accord, which means okay, and he says that almost every other word, but that doesn't really help me when I've got a form to fill out in Arabic. Wish me luck. Okay, well, I managed to fill this out thanks mostly to Google Translate camera function. I went to take it back down to him and he's just said to rester là, which I'm pretty sure means wait there, but I don't know for what, for how long. The only thing that makes me feel more at ease with that is the fact that all the bikers are also rester là. But I think I did get sent down this section in error, because those are all very much commercial vehicles ahead of me with stock stuff to sell. They're emptying everything out of their vans at the moment. Who knows? It's now 9:10 though, so an hour since we docked. Yeah, I mean, doesn't seem unreasonable so far. Famous last words. Told you travel's good for working on your patience. No idea what's going on. They're all going. Don't know where. I don't think I'm supposed to follow them. 10:20 update. Nice man came over. Speaks pretty good English, this guy actually, which was very helpful. He had a good check through, was very interested in the marathon that I'm running next Sunday. He signed all my documents, but I still have to wait. Apparently somebody else also has to come and countersign this document. So we're back to waiting. But it's okay though, because I've got these chocolate cookies with stars on them and they're delicious. Well, that fella was lovely. I feel like as soon as he knew that I was there, he came and sorted me out straight away. You went and got the other person to sign the document immediately. And he's literally walked me back out onto the road and pointed me in the right direction. So, 10:25. I'll let you know what happens next. Done it, got it all done. Permission to drive in Tunisia, got from here via a QR code, which you can do beforehand. Little tip there, it only saves a few minutes to be fair. Insurance, cash only, 80 dinars. Fortunately, there's a cash machine just there as well, so you can go and get that. 80 dinars is about 20 quid for 15 days. It's 5 to 11, 20 minutes drive to the park up in Tunisia. Done. Oh, that was a long day. 11:25. What did I say? 11 o'clock. Definitely after that. I think it's not too bad. If I'd have just been sat around in that warehouse for an hour, waiting for the nice man who could speak English to come, could have been through a little bit quicker, but it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Actually, by the original time scale, I think we're only supposed to be docking now. So really got to be pretty happy with that. I am going to head off into town here, which is La Marsa, very close to Tunis, little seaside town, and try and find myself a beer because I think I deserve it. I will see you in the next video when I'm going to show you lots more about van life in Tunisia, including some visits to some very special sites. So I'll see you down the road. Peace!